Hi everyone.
Hello.
We're here. It's kind of summertime.
It is. Like we've finally gotten to a place where the weather is appropriate.
Yes.
But the temperatures are nice.
Yeah, before it gets awful.
Sticky.
Yeah,
gross.
disgusting.
Soup outside.
Gross.
Not a fan.
And those are the best time to go see the movies.
Cool movie theater.
Because it's too hot.
Yes.
So Ebby's here. She is back, and we're talking about Little Mermaid. This isn't actually the car for Little Mermaid, but Michael always does the thing, and he's not here today. So, but you have plenty of notes. Michael always writes down all the names.
Yes.
I'm glad that you have the notebook because I always forget to make a note card and write down the names.
Yes.
And I can do a few of them. But
cool.
We saw Little Mermaid.
We did. Great show.
Yeah, the live action remake, the latest, and it feels like they've done about everything now.
7-year-old Ebony was in heaven last night.
Yeah.
I was 7 in 1989 when the first Little Mermaid
That's really cool.
I know, right?
It's that was like a moment.
It was definitely a moment, and I didn't know how I would feel, but they made it feel familiar.
Yeah.
And it was cute.
So it's directed by Rob Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
He did Into the Woods. He's done a lot of movie musicals.
Yes.
9. He did Chicago.
Fan.
So Zach is going to love this.
Yes.
It stars Halle Bailey.
Queen.
And then you've got Jonah Howard King as Prince Eric.
Yes.
You got Javier Bardem as King Triton. Melissa McCarthy as Ursula. The cast is stacked. Then you got David Diggs.
Yes. Aquafina.
Aquafina. Jacob Tremblay.
Yes.
So the story is pretty much
what you would expect.
It's the same story. They put a little extra in there. Can we get the one thing out of the way?
What's that?
That Halle Bailey is
phenomenal.
Incredible. The best part of the whole movie.
So this is what I'm going to say about.
I'm getting chills.
Yeah, that's what I was
just talking about it.
So what I will say is, to be an adult woman, I did not see an adult on that screen.
Yeah.
I saw a wide-eyed, curious, just cute as a button princess.
Yeah.
Like a cute little girl. And just her amazement at, the objects that she would find and just her emotions and the singing.
Yeah.
I'm getting chills. Genuinely, she embodied everything that I never thought that Ariel could be.
Yeah. There were moments in Part of Your World where I'm like a grown man and tearing up.
Yeah, because it was so emotional. You believed her. She wanted so bad.
So good. Yeah, and it's and I'm not even a huge Little Mermaid. I've seen Little Mermaid dozens of times.
Yes.
My daughter loves Little Mermaid.
Yes.
But I'm not invested in Little Mermaid.
You got invested.
And it made me emotional. Is this I guess this is her first big role, and to just come out of the gates just hitting everything.
And what I hate about it is that there's been a lot of negativity on the front end for her and people's reaction to there being a live action movie and not seeing a white woman be cast as Ariel. And we'll talk about this, later, but just the diversity that you saw. And I mean, within the first 30 seconds, there is literally a character or a mermaid for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Spanning the entire globe, you will see a representation. A child, little girl, little boy, whoever will look at the screen and see a mermaid that they could identify with, and that is something that we never saw in the first film. And that made my heart just want to explode.
Prince Eric, not bad,
Okay, he's a great Prince Eric.
He's a great Prince Eric. I was kind of worried a little bit.
Yes.
I don't even know who that guy is. I don't know what he's in.
They had good on-screen chemistry.
Yes,
too.
and they did.
It was dynamic chemistry. I was a little concerned about this because this is a kids movie. Don't be too extra now.
Listen. The smooch wasn't enough.
You don't think so?
The smooch was a little lacking at the end.
As a mama person for me, I don't want to see too much smooch.
I know, but
for my babies.
The whole thing, the kiss and
the kiss the girl,
and it was just You've got Melissa McCarthy. If there's two people who are standing out, it's Halle and Melissa.
So I will say, because there was also a little dust up about her makeup.
Yeah.
and how like they portrayed her as
she
Ursula.
looks just like the original.
She looked good.
She looks. It is.
I don't know what y'all were seeing.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all was seeing, but she looked good, and her hair was phenomenal.
If anyone has ever had like a more accurate portrayal, voice and all, it's like it's Ursula,
and it was still Melissa.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, because there were still
like
little deadpan comedy moments that were in there, but it was so good, and she was scary.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Yeah. David, a Hamilton's own, Sebastian, what did you think?
Okay, so let's, off top, if I'm watching this movie and I'm a kid, I'm going to be wondering about the eyeballs on Sebastian. It was a little weird, because it was dead.
Disney loves that, like, we're going to make real-looking animals. And it kind of gets them a little bit. Like, thank God Flounder's not in this movie too much, because I don't know if I can look at that ugly fish.
I did think Flounder was ugly, because I was like, y'all couldn't do any better with Flounder. And I get that it was supposed to be realistic.
But we're talking about mermaids. And that's
we're talking about mermaids. And everything else was so brightly colored. And then you had Flounder with this dead-looking color.
Yeah.
So dead eyeballs.
Yeah.
Dead-looking, like, pale fish. But, like, the character was great. Also, I was shook, like, when I heard Sebastian's voice back at the crab. Like, it was giving Taye Diggs and how Stella got her back to me. And I was very confused. I was like, is this the wrong Diggs? Like, is this...
You thought they should have had Taye?
I was like, because it's believable. And, like, Taye's personality on social media is so exuberant. So it would make sense.
He would have been a good Sebastian.
He would have been a good Sebastian.
David is, I think, talking... I mean, singing-wise, he's great, too.
Yes. Wonderful.
And the talking was good. Like, he is a really good... He does a really great job of, like, that middle of the road Sebastian, where he's like, I'm frustrated, but also I totally understand why this is important to you. Maybe my biggest complaint with the movie is there's a moment after probably like Kiss the Girl where it kind of just, they know they have to ramp it up, but then they do it almost too quickly. And then we're just, because it's like Ursula shows up, she's in some person, an actress that's totally different, which is, again, that's what it's supposed to be. She can't look like Melissa McCarthy.
Exactly.
Like, then they're like quickly like an engagement party. Then Ariel's like, give me this thing. And they're like, oh, we're back in the water, we're fighting. You know, it's like, it's so fast, like that it all kind of wraps up in about 20 minutes. And I think that, it just felt really fast by the end of it. It did to me, and very rushed. It is long. Okay. I don't know if kids will like they'll be really into like the first movie, hour 20, and then check out.
But they'll come back.
They will
definitely come back.
It's a little scary too.
Out because it does get scary, and that was the thing. Like as a parent, if you're taking your kids to see this movie, I asked you, I was like, are you going to take your daughter?
Not right now. She's 3, and she's not really into live action anything. So it would take her. I'd be shocked if we even made it to the end. But by the end, I'm like, no. She was scary.
When you get to the end of the movie, and everything goes nuts. Big Ursula, they did not play around. Like the effects, I was scared. Like, as an adult, I'm looking at the screen like, oh.
A little shocked they did. I kind of thought they'd maybe change it up, do something different.
No, they went dark.
Spoiler for the original and for this one, she still gets stabbed by a boat. And dies.
But I also feel like this movie is for millennials.
It's 100. Like it is like it's for millennials. This movie is for like people.
Love letter to all the little black girls for sure. So definitely watch it.
How many dingle hoppers out of 10 would you give it?
No, that is perfect. How many dingle hoppers? I'm giving it 10 dingle hoppers.
10 out of 10 dingle hoppers?
A realistic would be maybe 9.5. And I would say 9.5 only because it is too long for short people.
I give it like a 7. Okay. I'm not super in love with like the remakes. But I think this one is really well done. And Hallie the part of your world is like worth it just to go see it. And Poor Unfortunate Soul. Like those, if you just want to go see those two, pay and go see it. It is a little long. CGI gets a little wonky sometimes in the water. And so there's just parts where I was like, I'm not totally in love with it.
I'm going to ask you a question. Okay. What was your favorite quote from the movie?
Oh, I mean, are we counting Scuttlebutt, the whole...
The Scuttlebutt song. My favorite quote is from Ursula.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Look at her stupid little feet.
That's a good one.